Hey, thanks for tuning in to Velo News TV. I'm Fred Dreyer here at the 2007 Sea Otter Classic out in Monterey, California. Today I'm joined by Chris Eatough, six-time 24-hour solo mountain bike world champion. Chris, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for getting my name right.
I've gotten numerous people's names wrong on the Trek team in the past. Anyway, we're out here in Monterey today because Chris is going to be having a film debuting tonight. The film is titled 24 Solo, and it was made of the 2006 season following Eatough around. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about the film?
Well, it's kind of the follow-up to the movie Off-Road to Athens, which came out a few years ago, which was a very popular and critically acclaimed movie, basically about cross-country mountain bike racing, which there hasn't been a whole lot of that in the movies. And this particular movie follows me around the 2006 season. So there's some lifestyle, there's some travel, there's lots of racing and training footage, and it accumulates with the 24-hour solo world championships last year, which was in Conyers, Georgia. And it's basically my attempt to try to win the world championship again at that race.
And Chris was actually beaten at that race by Australian Craig Gordon, who ended up putting himself so far in the pain locker to beat Chris that he had to be hospitalized for 3 or 4 days, something like that. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit how you felt after that race?
It was a lot of mixed feelings, and I mean, a lot of this comes out in the movie as well, and it works really well in the movie. But obviously I was disappointed at first not to win the race, because that's my biggest goal for the year, and I've won the race before 6 times, and that was a kind of a shock and a disappointment for me to not win. But then again, I saw the condition pretty much right away that Craig was in, which, you know, that blew everyone away, how far he went and how deep he went. So I was concerned for his health and hoping that he would recover okay. I was very impressed with the way he rode. And then I was, you know, kind of thankful as well that I was healthy and that I, you know, finished the race okay, and that I've never been in that bad of a state at the end of one of these races, and that I could go back to my family and continue my life and continue my training and racing and kind of live to fight another day.
Yeah, speaking of family, you know, Chris, you've had a pretty big occasion in the last year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I have a new baby girl, Emerson, and it just happened that actually right after we started filming the movie, which was just about a year ago, is right when my wife got pregnant. So that was an unexpected addition and twist in the movie. And it's, I mean, I'm thankful for it, and it's going to be nice a few years down the road when Emerson's old enough to watch the movie, and I can show it to her and say, you know, this is what happened during the year that you were born, and this is what your dad and your mom were doing, and you know, it's the first year of her life, kind of. So,
Chris, you've seen the film, yeah?
I've seen a kind of an early version that wasn't quite finished, but it was probably 99% of the finished version, yeah.
Do you think the film, you know, is it an accurate portrayal of your personality?
I think it's accurate. I mean, I'm generally a pretty serious guy, and that was another thing that the movie makers had to deal with, because they started making the movie and they realized they weren't getting a whole lot of comedy out of me, because yeah, I take my racing pretty seriously, and that they were always filming me about to do with racing and training. But then the thing that works there is kind of my sidekick in the movie is John Posner, who's my team manager for last year, and he's you know, we're very close and we get along really well, but we're quite different, and he ends up being the comic relief in the movie to kind of keep it lighthearted, because he's always, basically he's a goofball the whole time, whether he's on the bike or off the bike. So there is some humor in the movie, and I think it all works out, and it is accurate also, I will say that.
Would Posner say that you're his sidekick?
I don't know which way around it is. I mean, Batman and Robin was mentioned as well, and you know, I don't think he was too thrilled about being Robin, so we tried to stay clear of that analogy there.
Maybe Catwoman.
Catwoman, did she have a sidekick?
She had Kitten Girl. No, but you know, this film is going to be traveling around the country after this. There's a stop in Boulder, Colorado. What do you know other stops the film's going to be having?
Yeah, there's a lot. San Francisco, Georgia. I think there's Boston. It's on. There is a webpage, 24solo.com, and the movie screening schedule is on there. But there's really quite a lot of showings. Baltimore, which is where I live, Arlington, Virginia, Harrisonburg, Virginia. I know they're all on there, and a lot of them are soon. In April and May is really when the push for the movie is happening.
All right, well, there aren't too many cross-country mountain biking movies made out there, so if you're interested and you want to see Chris in action, in battle, check it out, 24solo.com, the film to debut tonight, actually. Chris, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks for tuning in to Velo News TV.